Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
A recent study shows that of the 1,035 infrastructure sector projects completed during April 1992 and March 2009, 41% of projects faced cost overruns and 82% witnessed time overruns. This 18-year trend continues even today, and we all know that no infrastructure projects, be it highways, metros, flyovers, dams, airports or power plants, get completed on time. The constraints and the challenges keep changing every time a new project is initiated. It is for this very reason that synchronized project management has today become an emerging standard in project execution, helping organizations to manage time and cost overruns in projects. Realization Technologies, a planning and execution software company in association with Cerebral Business Research, organized its first global conference on project management in India, Project Flow 2012, a CEO's conclave for executing projects faster.
Welcome to Project Flow 2012. This conference is being held for the first time in India after being held for 8 consecutive years in US. It has a special significance for our country because successful execution of projects is vital for the growth of India.
This conclave brought together leaders from industry sectors like infrastructure and manufacturing on one platform to discuss the challenges and review case studies of companies in India and around the world which solve project execution problems by implementing synchronized project management.
We are happy to have support of companies like Realization for this particular initiative. This initiative is actually helping the entire infrastructure industry, in joining hands together and finding solution how we can execute project faster. You've seen in India, most of the projects have cost overruns or time overruns. So this particular conclave is to get the industry together, get the top senior people from the industry together to discuss the way forward.
Industry stalwarts expressed the need to recognize infrastructure as a science where large projects can be completed in optimum time by adopting various skill sets and tools. Implementation of project management would bring different departments involved with the project on the same page simultaneously at every phase.
Project management in India is still in the process of getting established as a proper science. It is still seen as a maybe experience or art or so. But this concept is coming in. I think it's relatively young compared to engineering or manufacturing in terms of actual being a science. That means where you use skills, tools and methods by which very large projects can be done in an optimum time. The most important thing is we are all in business to create value, and many times as professionals we probably don't see at the time of executing the project, the actual project directors or the project managers, the type of need that we have to really finally at the end of it to do projects on time, to do it with less interest during construction, to do it is the ultimate aim is to create the value, and therefore the value part has got these various elements, and basically the various tools that we use and the various techniques that we use is finally to really help in ensuring margins, cash flows and controlling working capital. And really a good project management really works towards the same thing. And maybe in the old school of thought, these were separated out, especially in the early days. The big projects in India were executed by public sector organizations where the finance and the project management and the execution and engineering were different aspects. But today I think the advantage of modern project management and with proper tools is almost everyone can see the same picture at the same time.
The conclave saw industrialists talking about the need for accountability and responsibility. Many projects encounter problems after the construction begins, and that results in a vicious cycle of delays and cost variables. The need of the hour was to complete projects within the cost and time budget set.
I think there isn't a clarity of why we want to get this project implemented, and there is no responsibility or accountability of somebody to see it end to end. So somebody is the one who may initiate the project, somebody else may be one who may overseeing it, and at the end it's nobody's baby. So I guess that becomes a problem. In the private sector, normally when you implement projects, it is ultimately the responsibility of a promoter, or if the multinational, the local management of that. So there is somebody who takes responsibility and ownership of the project. I think that's the biggest difference.
Globally, India's ranking in infrastructure project execution is dismal as compared to other countries. Industry feels that factors such as land acquisition, environmental clearances and lack of funding further add to our inability to complete projects in time.
I have two projects ongoing. One of them is in India, one of them is in Southeast Asia. The one that is being done in Southeast Asia is on program, being delivered for the cost, and it's being done very effectively and very safely. The one that is here in India is way behind schedule and it's way behind on cost. What is the difference between the two projects? Because they're both being done by my Indian project management teams and Indian construction, and even the labour that I'm using in Southeast Asia has come from my Indian projects. What is fundamentally different is in Southeast Asia we have full responsibility and we have a customer who wants that project finished because he wants to earn from it. So every time you hit an issue, he'll sit with you and work out how to deal with it. And there's no question of who is to blame for that. It'll be sorted out. In India, I don't have someone who's willing to sit down on the other side of the table and sort out my issues. He will say, it is your problem to sort out. Also, the amount of management time that goes into sorting out this project in India as compared to Southeast Asia is huge. I have double the staff here that I have in Southeast Asia because my staff in Southeast Asia are allowed to get on and perform properly. Here they're not.
While projects go through a lot of hurdles in terms of clearances and funding, there are internal factors too that slow down project implementation. There is a tremendous lack of project management practices or qualified persons within the organization to execute projects.
We entered the market with a project management methodology, and our original idea was to teach this project management methodology and implement this methodology, which is enabling other companies to use this methodology. So what we found was there is a big sector of the market here, which is manufacturing companies, for example, that are undertaking plant expansions, or hotel chains that are undertaking expansions. The project management is not their core competence, and to manage projects, they have to go and hire project managers. So we step in, we provide complete project management workforce, skilled project managers, as well as a system of managing projects. So we have an offering called Project Execution Office, which brings in project managers as well as the project management methodology to our clients.
Coming up on the other side, CEOs deliberate on how to adopt synchronized project management at all levels of a project.